I don't know about this. It's not looking good. And I see a downed tree up there. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We got a good one in store for you today. We're fishing in lakes that might not contain any fish, again, with the kayak. For the past couple weeks, I've been kayaking down creeks to lakes that are really easy to access. But today, we're doing something different. Heading down an old logging trail, and I've still got about 6 miles to go. Behind me, you can see we just left the pavement. We're on the dirt road, and I've never been here, so I don't even know how close to the lake I can get, because on satellite imagery it looked like the road ended about 2 miles away from this lake, but I could almost make out what looked like a trail through the trees. So I'm gonna see how far I can get with the truck, and then we might be dragging the kayak a long way today. This lake, when you zoom in on satellite imagery, it doesn't even have a name. It's about 10 acres. No idea how deep it is. It actually looked really clear, maybe even had some good depth to it. So I'm thinking it might be spring fed. There was a really shallow looking creek flowing out of it that had a bunch of beaver dams. Kind of looked like it was plugged up with weeds. So maybe in the spring fish can migrate through from connecting lakes. I don't know. We're gonna see if we can get to this lake. That's step one. Step two is to see if it holds any fish. So it's time to keep on driving. Going down these logging roads, it's always good to have good mapping. So this is turn number 1. And every time we turn off of a road, the road gets narrower. So now we're to the point where I don't think 2 vehicles would be able to pass very easily. Hopefully they're not logging today. The one good thing about logging is they tend to keep the roads clear. It's not likely that we're gonna run into downed trees. Looks like the logging operation continues that way, down that road, but we need to go that way, and you can see how much of a difference fresh logging roads make it versus your 4-wheeler trail that we're gonna try and send the truck down. We still have about 1.5 miles to the lake, and all it takes is one fallen tree or roadblock. I didn't throw the chainsaw in today, but maybe I should have on this one. This is definitely one of those roads where you do not want to come head to head with someone, because one of you will have to end up backing up a ways. And then the other question is, how am I going to turn around once I get to the end of where it gets too narrow? Because I don't think this is going to go all the way to the lake. So at some point I'm going to have to turn around, or I end up backing the truck up for about 1.5 miles. Never had to do that before. Ooh. Well, speaking of obstacles, maybe we can go around this. Looks like we'll be fine. That is what they call the Northern Minnesota Car Wash. Is anyone in the market for a new truck? This one is lightly used. No scratches. We're coming up to a spot where we need to go left, but the road keeps going straight. Do we keep sending the truck down there? It looks like a 4-wheeler has driven back there. Oh man, I don't know what to do. We still have about another 1/2 mile to go. It's a little bit too far to drag the kayak, I think. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna push on with the truck. This might be a bad idea. We'll see. Okay, correction. I just checked the map. We still have about 0.85 miles, and that's a straight line. So probably we actually have almost 1 mile to go still. Oh, that did not sound good. I don't know about this. It's not looking good. And I see a downed tree up there. Maybe not. Oh geez. Giant rock. Oof, we hit that one pretty hard. You guys better like this video, because my truck sure does not. Interesting. Oh, let's go investigate. Just came out to this clearing, but it actually opens up and I could turn my truck around really easily right here. There's even a little campfire ring that somebody has probably camped right in this area. The road kind of splits. Back down that way, it actually looks like easy driving, but I don't think that's the way we want to go. I think we want to go down this trail, but we are most certainly not bringing the truck back there. So I think we're gonna park here and drag the kayak about a half a mile to the lake. But the good sign is that does look like it might be easy walking to the lake, so we'll take it. This is gonna be an adventure. Okay, on second thought, I'm almost guessing the other trail would go towards this lake instead. I have no idea. Cannot see these trails on the map very well. But the other one kind of looks like it curves back towards the lake. What do I do? I should take the other one. Okay, screw it. We'll go back, we'll put the kayak back in the truck, and we'll start driving down the other trail, maybe. I should probably walk down it first. This is tough. That one looks like it's a little bit better traveled, so one would think that would go to the lake. I think I'll just start walking down and see where it goes. I don't like leaving my camera gear back at the truck though. Okay, this one most certainly is going in the direction of the lake. I could almost drive the truck down here. Do I dare? A half mile? I don't know. It would be so much easier if I could get the truck back here. I think I should try it. Yeah, we'll load back up. Try and drive the truck as far down this trail as we can. All right. It looks so much narrower in the truck. This is ridiculous. I am gonna get stuck. Oh, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is probably the first time a truck has been down back here. We are gonna get this thing stuck. Oh, I don't like this, guys. I do not like this at all. I'm gonna have to back out. I'm just gonna end up dragging my kayak down here. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Ah, that sounds bad on the paint. Yeah, that would have been a pain to try and back all the way out of there. Get the truck turned around, get unloaded for a second time, get out of this sweatshirt, put some bug spray on, and then we'll get going to the lake. This is quickly turning into a long adventure that I wasn't expecting. I was planning to be on the water by now. I didn't even bring lunch. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Probably gonna be about 9:30 before I'm even fishing. It's taken us about an hour and a half to get this far. This was a depth finder I was planning to bring to see how deep the water is, but my kayak is already heavy as it is, so I'm gonna leave that behind. Should have brought the wheels for the kayak. Now we move on. What I really should have done is unloaded the kayak when I was about 200 yards down this trail and then backed out. Why didn't I do that? Whatever. At least there is a trail. And hopefully this will get us to the lake. Trail's gonna split again. Four-wheeler trails go that way. Looks like it's been a long time since anyone's gone that way. The easy answer would be that way. And I'll look up. This is why I can't see the trail on satellite imagery. All these trees are so big and overgrown over the trail that you can't see through them down to the bottom layer here. I'm thinking that's the way I want to go. We'll go for it. Still got about 400 yards to the lake, and it's kind of over that way. So I'm hoping this trail curves towards the lake, and it looks like it's going to, at least to start out here. And why are we curving sharply away from the lake that's supposed to be over there? Oh, I don't like this. And it goes downhill. You can see it drops off down at the end. After consulting the map, it looks like the lake is over that way. So we're just gonna continue on and assume this goes to the lake. Oh my goodness. It splits again. Wow. Looks like the four-wheelers went that way. But I think the lake is over there. I'm just gonna walk down this trail, leave the kayak back there. You guys were asking me if I get a lot of ticks doing this, and the answer is yes, a ton of them. Okay, we're going downhill sharply. That might be a good sign. I'm still waiting to see water through the trees. I don't see anything yet. Looks like it's about to open up. I see sunlight. I see a clearing of some sort, I think the lake is back over there. Let's see. I thought we were getting close to the lake, but now it's just swampy. Crocs are back at the kayak. Pretty sure the lake is back over there. The question is, do I go for it? I think we should. Let's go back, get the kayak. Now we gotta go back uphill. Okay, final stretch, let's go for it. 300 yards to go, downhill, but I am tired. Wow, I'm less than 100 yards to this lake. Trail's getting swampy. I can see the clearing back there over the trees. It's time to pack up the camera gear, get everything waterproofed, because I don't know how difficult this last stretch is gonna be. I'm gonna throw the GoPro on my head, so I will get some footage. And I'm gonna throw the Crocs on, because I think my feet are about to get really wet. And one thing before I push on, I'm gonna drop a pin on Onyx on my phone, so I know exactly where to go. Because as you can see behind me, it's gonna be really difficult once I'm on the lake to figure out where this trail is. And I am really not looking forward to hauling the kayak out of here. One thing that keeps pushing me on as I'm going to the lake is the possibility of catching a fish. I don't really have that same motivation getting out of a place. It's a lot harder just mentally. We're gonna push on with the Crocs through this muck. Hopefully I don't get stuck, and see if we can make it. Oh man, this is gonna be the tough part. It's one thing walking down this stuff just in your feet, but trying to drag a kayak without tipping it is a whole nother story. A little bit of dry, solid ground here, and I see water. I see the lake. I think we're gonna make it. Never know how deep some of these puddles can get. I wonder when the last time anyone has been back here fishing this lake has been. It's bigger and smaller than I thought it would be, all at the same time, if that makes any sense. And we got a solid breeze coming that way. Looks like there's a bunch of geese or ducks over on the far side. Just gonna slide the kayak right in here. This actually looks like it'll be pretty easy to climb out of. Sometimes with these boggy shorelines, you can never quite tell until you get to the lake. And I heard your guys' suggestions about folding my pole up. I gotta tell you, that was a great suggestion. Really windy, but we're about to be on the water. This is exciting. This is probably my favorite part. Just gonna toboggan down, and there we go. Super windy, super clear water. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys can see that. I think I'm gonna do what I did last week. I'm gonna paddle all the way out of the wind, even though my arms are tired. I'll just kind of follow the shoreline down to the other end, and I'll turn the camera back on when we get down there. I see a loon out in the middle, and I can already tell you this audio is gonna be horrible, but there's a loon. That's a good sign. It means there might be some fish, and it looks deep. All right, that took about 5 minutes. I just paddled from there down to here. There's kind of this little back bay, and this is where it looked like there were some beaver dams and like a creek was flowing out of it. But my goodness, this water is clear. This has to hold some fish. It's got to be spring fed. I'm gonna spend a good 3 or 4 hours at least throwing lures here. Got to be some pike, maybe bass, maybe even some brook trout. I have no idea what to expect. Kind of wish I brought some live bait, leeches or crawlers, but I think it's time to start casting. I wonder what lure I should use. I think I'm gonna start with a beetle spin. See if we can find a pike first in here, just because I have a leader tied on. This would be good for a bass or a pike in clear water, maybe even a walleye. I have no idea. Like I said, this lake didn't even have a name, so I couldn't spend much work researching or figuring out what would be in it. Gorgeous. Wow, my arms are tired from paddling and hauling the kayak. We've been fishing for about a half hour. I think I might have had one bite. I haven't seen any actual fish yet though. It's chilly, I had to throw the sweatshirt on. It's about 42 degrees this morning. And the water is cold too. It's definitely spring fed. It's really hard to get out of the wind. The wind is just kind of coming right down the middle of the lake. So I'm just drifting with it and casting towards the shoreline, casting out. Seen a few turtles, saw a loon, so there's signs of life here. Just need a fish to bite now. No bites on the beetle spin. We're gonna switch her up to a bigger spinner. See if we can get a bass or a pike down on the windy side here. It's actually not too bad on this half of the lake. I think the wind is more over there. You can see the trees blown pretty good. But this is the benefits of a small lake like this, is it doesn't get too choppy out here. Okay, what am I looking at here? There's little red dots, black stuff. It's kind of slimy. What is that? Is that bugs, fish eggs? I have no idea. I've seen that before, but I don't really know what it is. All right, I'm almost back to where I started. It's only been about an hour of casting. I've tried a beetle spin, tried the regular, giant, old, trusty, single-bladed spinner. No bites, no signs of fish yet, but we're gonna keep fishing. I'm gonna paddle out to the middle of the lake. There's a loon that keeps diving. There's gotta be fish out there. I don't know if it's panfish, maybe there's some perch, crappies, bluegills. See if I can get some nibbles, see if I can pull something out of here. The wind is really picking up, so it's getting a little tough to control the kayak. I'm not giving up yet. All right, so I started out with the beetle spin, no luck. Switched over to a big spinner, no luck. Switched over to a jig and a twister, and I gave each of those about a half hour. And now I just tied on a little Panther Martin, about the smallest size spinner you can find. And I put a little lead sinker right above it. We're gonna see if there's any tiny panfish, maybe even a brook trout. But we're coming up to 2 hours of fishing and no bites. I don't know what that loon is going after. Maybe he's just looking for minnows and crayfish, suckers. There could be a bunch of suckers in here. I don't think a sucker would eat a spinnerbait. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a bunch of minnows. I just backed my kayak in to fly the drone for a bit, and I look down. I'm gonna stick my camera underwater. Maybe there you can see them. There's actually a lot of sizable minnows right around here, and I almost thought one looked like a bluegill. I've still got this really tiny Panther Martin spinner. I'm gonna see if I can't find a panfish or just something to get on the board, because this is ridiculous. This lake just looks way too fishy to come up empty, and I put in way too much work to go home empty-handed. Oh my goodness! That was a fish! That was a perch. Dang! That was a nice perch too. Wow. I was busy looking at the loon over there. No way. Oh. See you later, buddy. Oh, there we go. There's our fish. We are on the board, guys. It's not huge. He absolutely choked that spinnerbait. Wow. He's bleeding pretty good, so we're gonna get him right back in the water. See you later, buddy. Got a perch. So it holds fish. Did not get skunked. That took almost 4 hours. The loon kept hanging out in this corner, and I was about to call it a day. And then I lost one about 15 minutes ago. Now I feel like I can leave. This lake definitely wasn't loaded with fish. Let's see if we can figure out where we came on. Is it right in here? I think so. Legs are stiff. Feels good to stand up. We are off the water. Time to start the long journey out of here. One fish, didn't get skunked. Wasn't the lake I was hoping it was gonna be. Who knows? Maybe there's some bigger ones in there. What do you guys think? Is it worth coming back with some live bait? Maybe ice fishing, see if we can pull a pike out of there? This was a long haul. We are back at the truck. That was a heck of a walk. I don't know if I would do that again. Bugs are thick. It's a good thing it's not too crazy warm out. It's actually only about 48 degrees right now, which is super cold for Minnesota early June. But I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and that is tell you guys where this lake is. It doesn't have a name, but I'll give you the GPS coordinates if you are one of the first 3 people to send me a message on Instagram asking with the specific season and episode number. I will give it to you. First 3 people to do it. But the catch is, if you do come here and fish it, I want to hear how you did. That's all I ask. So, as always, thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.